Good morning everybody, good morning and welcome. Welcome to a windy day. It's warm, it's windy. I mean, I can't complain because it was been raining all this week. And then today, suddenly we've got this. Nice and sunny. I see a bit of a wind up, but it's a warm wind, you know, it's from the south. But it's so good to be out on the mountain bike. I'm out on the mountain bike, as you can see. And it's been weeks and weeks and weeks I was last out. There's a reason for that. I had problems with the bike. I had to replace the free hub body. In case you're not aware of what that is, it basically sits underneath the cassette at the back, and that's what connects the cassette to your bike. So it transfers the power into your bike from your pedals, and that on my bike was starting to act up. I don't know if you hear in the background there, but I've got a nice tick now if you listen. If you hear that tick, I didn't have that before. I think it was because it's all just worn out. But yeah, I was out there a fair few weeks back now and pedaling along, and it felt like I was in neutral. I was pedaling and then suddenly there was no power, it was just nothing happening. I thought, oh, the chain's come off, and looked down, but the chain was still on, and then it's suddenly engaged again and it was okay. Did that about 3 or 4 times, and then it dawned as I thought, something's bizarre's going on here. You know, the chain's on, everything's working, but it's spinning around like I was in neutral. And that's what it was the free hub body. Because on the free hub bodies, they've got little like paddles that sit inside there, and when you're freewheeling like I'm doing now, it like ticks over the little ratchet, and that's what that ticking sound is. And of course you've got bearings in there as well. But them paddles can become either broken or stick, whichever, and stop working properly, so stop engaging the the ratchet when you start pedaling again, which is what was happening to mine. But trying to find the right free hub body for this bike, what an absolute nightmare. God, it was terrible. I was using ChatGPT, that was helping us to identify what I needed, and asking people online and all sorts of stuff, because I just couldn't work out what I needed, because there's no name on my axle at the back on the hub on the bike, on the rear wheel. There's no name of serial number, nothing, it's just black. So I was trying to work out by pictures and things what I needed. But eventually, after weeks and weeks, I found one on eBay, but it had to come from France. So I had to wait for that coming over. And then me and Kitty were away for a little while, for a week in Wales, which was very nice. Went up to the Lake District to stay with family, and then to Wales. Beautiful. I'll put the pictures up if you want to see them. It was really nice, that was. But yeah, then I got back. Thought I'll install my free hub body. Luckily it was the right one. So I was anxious to get back and, make sure it was the right fit. And thankfully, I compared it to the old one. I thought, yes, that looks right. That looks right. God. But the issues weren't over then. So the issue I had after that was, I then realised that one of my cones on the axle, which presses against the bearings, when I was reassembling it all, that was busted. It was all broken. So then I had to find one of them. And then trying to find one of them was a nightmare. Because you could buy the axle and the whole thing, but I didn't want the whole axle, I just wanted the cone itself, and that was really hard to find. And the axles which were available, I thought I'd just buy the whole axle because it wasn't a fortune. About a tenner or something. Speaking of which, the free hub body, that wasn't expensive neither, that was about £12. But the cone, as I say, quite often you got them with axles, but to buy them on their own was a bit of a nightmare to find the right one. And the axle, my axle was like 150 millimeters, and most of the ones I find online, or in fact all the ones I found online were like 145 millimeters, so that wasn't going to work. Anyway, cut a really long story short, I contacted a local bike shop who had bits of parts and stuff, took the axle up, and thankfully they had the right cone just to slot it on. Bits for Bikes it was called, up in concert. Nice guy, and he even gave us it for free. And give us it, and I was like, how much do you want for it? He says, alright mate, just take it. I thought, champion. So thank you very much. Shout out to them. So, and now I'm back on the bike, and this is the first time I've rode it since then, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it seems okay, but hopefully, it's all going to be alright. Strange having that ticking in the background, you don't know if you can hear it. Got this ticking going on, which most bikes do have that ticking obviously going on, but this bike hasn't had it for a long time, so it feels weird to have it on this bike. Feels like somebody's behind us. but so far it's running smooth. So yeah, hopefully it keeps stay that way. But so good to be back out. So good to be back out. Today I'm going to be out, maybe do about 50 miles. Windy though, so we'll see how it go. Might change the route, change the course. Just play it by ear, see how it go. But I'm happy to be on the bike, I tell you. Are you okay if I come past there, please? You alright? You okay? Thank you very much, thank you. Cheers. Thanks. I'd like to thank today's sponsor, Cadence, the cycling app that can replace an expensive cycle computer. Available for Android and Apple devices, Cadence is your go-to app for tracking runs, rides and indoor workouts and gives you over 100 stats. Cadence uses GPS, barometer, pedometer, Apple Watch and Bluetooth sensors to map and track your activities, which you can customize however you like. It's got built-in turn-by-turn navigation and you can easily import routes or create your own. You can even share your live location or compete on Strava segments right in the app. It's all private, all powerful and it's all in your pocket. So yeah, it's been quite a while since I've been on the mountain bike. I have actually been on the bike. I've been out on the e-bike, I should say. I've been out on the road bike a couple of times. Did a few rides on that before we went on holiday. And then we're obviously away for a week. So I've withdrawal symptoms. Can't be just me like that. I get so frantic and want to get back on the bike again. Just hit the mouth of the leaf. Yeah, the leaves are all falling now. Proper autumn now. We were just saying, me and Katie the other day, how it's gone from like hot summer to autumn very, very quickly. Because I don't know when you'll see this video, but this is like beginning of September. I think it's about the 15th or something like that. But yeah, the leaves are falling quick now. I would still like to say it's warm today. I'll put this long sleeve top on because I wasn't sure with the wind if it would feel as warm as it said it was. But it is warm. It's just a thin top. I've got shorts on. But yeah, it's very, very mild. Even the wind's not warm, not cold. It's a very mild wind. Quite a strong wind, like. I'm gonna have my face a little bit back there. I'll have my face a bit more when I go around further on the ride. But it's good to be out. It really is. Really good to be out. So frustrating, isn't it, when you kind of just get your bike out and go for a ride. I said to Katie, even when I don't go out, I just like to have the bike ready. So I can grab an hour or so here and there, you know, when the weather's good and I can get the time to go out. Yeah, but me and Katie, we went up family first, up to the lakes, stayed up with family, and they're very keen walkers and cyclists. But we went for some, we always go for big walks, epic walks up there. There's some really good walks. And we went up one of the Wainwrights. I'll put a picture by to show you for the view from the top. It was amazing. It was amazing. Only downside is Katie fell on her ankle and twisted her ankle. And she's still got a lot of pain with it, so she's had x-rayed. We're just going to wait and see the results, so hopefully it's not broken. But yeah, she looked, it was a flat bit when she went over. It wasn't right up high, but she just went over an ankle and fell over, and then I won't care. We had the rest of the holiday after that as well. I mean, she was in discomfort and a bit of pain, but obviously as time's going on, so it's getting worse. And she's walked quite a few miles on that as well, her ankle the way it was. It's weird because you can walk on it, but when she kind of sits down or stands up or in bed or anything, she's in a lot of pain. So we'll see. Hopefully get the X-ray results back. Hopefully it's not broken for her. Hopefully it's just a sprain, but time will tell. There's bits of trees, there are bits of branches and things all over the place around here. Obviously with this wind, it's bringing some of the trees down. Well, some of the branches down. I forgot to say before, if you are replacing your free hub on your Carrera Fury, give us a shout and I'll try and give you some advice and tips on what bits you need, what free hub you need to buy, because it was a nightmare to find the right one. It was I think it was made by a company called Nova, I think the one I got, and like I say, it was a bit of a pain. So if you have got a Carrera Fury 2020, and you want to replace your free hub, let us know and I'll try and give you the right details. I was going to actually video it and put it on the channel as a guide, but it took so long, so many weeks to get all the bits and bobs together, I just kind of give up. I'm down to the park now, Chester Street. Gonna have a few minutes rest here, eat a few jellies, and head back up the other side there. Head back up that way with the wind in my face. Well, I knew that was going to be the case. So We'll see how strong the wind is, but it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Bit of wind won't hurt anybody, apart from me getting blasted in the face today. But as I say, I knew it was going to be windy going back up that way. But it's still warm, it's lovely. It's actually very quiet, the park here, actually. As you can see, this park's normally quite busy. You can see it's very, very quiet. But yeah, it's always be a resting point when I do this ride. It's a good little spot to rest, have a few sweets before I head back up the road again. You know, I say about being windy on the way back up, but it won't be long before the weather's changes and it's really horrible weather. And I won't be doing this ride no more this year. Because I've got my mountain bike in the winter, as long as it's not dead icy or anything like that. But I won't be doing like such a long ride as this. This is like 50 miles, so I don't tend to do that when it's really bad weather. So yeah, could be the last time I do it this year. But like I say, I still do like, you know, 30s and 40s and things like that. Just not 50 miles. Actually, got a story for it as well, which happened a few months back and forgot to tell you. Out on the road bike, and I had a bee, big bee, go in my mouth. Kid you not. I couldn't get it back out neither. It was buzzing around my mouth. I was trying to get it out. I thought I was going to choke to death. Eventually, I managed to spit it out. I told Katie, that was so funny. But I was kind of scared as well, because I thought if it stings us or goes down my throat and stings us, that could be real trouble. Luckily, we both survived. Me and the bee survived. But yeah, it's quite traumatic, that was. And now you're all laughing there, mate. Can hear you all laughing. It was like buzzing around my mouth. Well, I'm back on the lines, as you can see, and as you can probably hear. All you can hear on here is the wind. I think it's slightly behind us, I think, like over my right shoulder. I think it is, yeah. So along here, might be just over my right shoulder, might give a bit of a push. And then when I turn to head home, it'll probably be my face again. But at least you're protected by trees on the lines, and it's different. On the road there, you got no protection. Well, not the road, beside the road where I was at, you've got no protection, have you, from the wind. But it wasn't that bad, actually. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Coming at 40, 47, 48 miles there. By the time we get back home, it's going to be about 50. It's been a good ride, it's been very good. I was just thinking there, as you know, I always wear my helmet. But apart from obviously the fact of protecting you falling off, it's also good for trees hanging down. There's loads of trees and things hanging over the lines, and I must have hit my head on, well, hit my helmet, must have 4 or 5 times. Quite big bangs and all, you know, I just hadn't seen the branches. You know, and if I hadn't had my helmet on, it certainly would give us a few nasty gashes in my head, I think. So another reason to wear a helmet, when you're in environments like this with loads of branches and trees hanging down, you can wear it for that reason. But yeah, gotta wear a helmet really, it's just common sense, isn't it? So, as I say, nearly back. Bike's going lovely, smooth as anything. As I say, I don't know if it's just because I changed that free hub or whether because I greased everything up in the bearings and everything, but it's ticking over beautifully. Like a well-oiled machine, a well-greased machine. Like a fine timepiece, for now anyway. But it's been good, as always, and as always, thank you very much for joining us. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, give us a thumbs up, and I'll see you all soon. Take care of yourselves out there, see you later, bye bye.